Good morning. Welcome to a lovely cold morning, but the sun is shining. You ever wake up from a nightmare where you've just accidentally sent your boss a text meant for your mate? You sit bolt upright, convinced your entire career is over, only to realize it was all just a dream. No career-ending text, no panic resignation, email, just you, your overactive imagination, and whatever diary-induced fever dream your brain cooked up at 3 a.m. Well, congratulations, you've just had a personal encounter with today's lesson, courtesy of Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, philosopher, and the world's ancient answer to Neville Goddard. Well, we'll get into Neville in just a bit, but first let's talk about the other Neville Longbottom, because let's be honest, you probably relate to him more. And before we go any further, like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Why? Because you don't want to be the person who misses out on learning how to hack reality yourself. That would be like missing the Matrix and then wondering why everyone keeps referencing red and blue pills. Alright, let's get philosophical. I was almost going to say let's get physical. That was a good song. Marcus Aurelius and Neville Longbottom. Marcus Aurelius and Neville Goddard walk into a bar. Our mate Marcus turns around and says, "Clear your mind and get hold of yourself. And as you wake from sleep and realize it was only a bad dream upsetting you, wake up now in the same way from what is troubling you, for it is only a dream." What does that mean? Well, basically, your life is a self-inflicted drama, and you need to wake up from it. This is eerily similar to what Neville Goddard taught. According to our Neville, your reality is a reflection of your imagination. Your thoughts create your world, muddy path and all. And more importantly, most of the things you believe to be real are just deeply ingrained in assumptions. Assumptions you can change at any time. Think about it. How many times have you convinced yourself that something terrible is going to happen, only to realize later that it was all in your head? That's because, like Marcus and Neville, they both pointed out, you are living a waking dream. And if you don't like the dream, change the story. And that brings us back to our friend Neville Longbottom, the perfect example of what happens when you wake up from a nightmare version of yourself. Neville Longbottom. The Neville Longbottom effect. How to stop being a background character in your own life. That Neville spent the first 5 years of his life at Hogwarts convinced he was useless. He was constantly losing his toad. He was quite literally the last person you'd expect to be a hero. But then, even he woke up. At some point, Neville stopped believing he was scared. He was a scared, bumbling extra in someone else's story and started to see himself as a guy who could stand up to Voldemort. I know I said his name. And guess what? The second he shifted his assumptions of himself, his reality changed. That's exactly what Neville Goddard taught. The world, it mirrors your internal state. Change how you see yourself, and the world has no choice but to rearrange itself accordingly. So, the real question is, are you still asleep in your own self-imposed nightmare, or are you ready to wake up? If your life is currently feels like a tragic BBC drama that you didn't even audition for, it's time to rewrite the script. I've got 6 ASKfirmations that will help you wake up and reclaim you're the main character. Number 1. What if subscribing to this channel is the best decision you made all week? Had to get that in there. Because, let's be real, if your current strategy is working, why are you still spiraling? Number 2, what if the problem isn't my life, but the way I'm imagining it? Meaning, spoiler alert, if you keep assuming the worst, your reality will happily comply. Number 3, what if I'm actually the hero of my own story, and this is just a messy first act? Meaning, Neville Longbottom thought he was a joke, until he wasn't. What if you're just in the awkward montage phase before your glow up? 4, is this thought actually real, or am I just emotionally invested in a hallucination? Because if your inner monologue sounds like an unhinged Shakespearean tragedy, it might be time to rewrite the script. Number 5, what if I stopped trying to fix my reality and just assumed it's already working in my favour? Neville Goddard literally said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, act like it's done, and reality will follow. And lastly, number 6, what if I stopped treating my thoughts like gospel and started treating them like suggestions? Your brain is like a dodgy GPS. Just because it suggests a route doesn't mean you have to take it. I'll take the quote and those 6 affirmations and put them in a separate short, just for you guys who like to get into the juice. And here's my final thoughts. It's time to wake up. Marcus Aurelius, Neville Goddard, and even Neville Longbottom. 3 very different people with one very simple message. Wake up. Your problems, most of them are in your imagination. Your limitations, mostly self-imposed. Your reality is waiting for you to direct it properly. So what's your next move? If you're smart, you'll start by hitting that like button, subscribing, and comment below. What's the dumbest thing you've ever thought for way too long? Let's all laugh at ourselves together. Until next time, have a great day, stay awake, and stay loved, because you are. Take care.